Alright, we're back with a new Let's Play. This one by Hudson Soft, licensed by Nintendo, I heard. It's Super Adventure Island 2. This is a game that I really like. It's one I've got a lot of experience with. We're going to start with a cutscene. If you're not feeling much like it, just skip to 3:35. You're fine. You're not going to miss a whole lot. But our protagonist, Master Higgins, is chilling with his lady Tina, and then he gives a dirty look to the sky, I guess, and then, whoa, the music turns all whatever. But this game, I just wanted to kind of go over the basics here. If you've heard of Adventure Island, you probably know it as that really goddamn impossible game on Nintendo that you run around, collect fruit, and then step on snakes and get a skateboard and stuff. Well, there's no fucking skateboards, and unless I'm misremembering, I don't think there's any fruit in this game. Aside from the one playing it, of course, but regardless, it's a fun game. This takes things in a different direction than any of the previous 1,000 Adventure Island games they released, and it's just one I'm really excited to play. I don't have a whole bunch to say over the cutscene, just basically that it's Super Nintendo fare. It's as exciting as you're ever going to get out of this. And that's an adorable face Master Higgins is making in his adorable little grass skirt and his Inspector Gadget hair. And you'll notice, if you look very carefully at Master Higgins, he is at the exact same time very buff with a chiseled six-pack and has a gut. And I don't know why or how, but Master Higgins has been running for about 5 straight games, so I'm assuming that has part to do with it, but he's also eating a shitload of really sugary fruit, so maybe that just kind of situates in his belly area. I don't know. All you need to know about Master Higgins, though, is that he's a tough dude. It's pretty important stuff. Like, you really need to know that to enjoy these games to their fullest. And I like the very, very in-depth firework animation here. Just really, whatever, it's Super Nintendo. There's no need to be snarky about it. But here's some impressive graphics coming up. A fucking Mode 7 Eagle, probably. I'm assuming it's Mode 7. It's something blurry on Nintendo. I just imagine straight away that it's fucking Mode 7. And tragically, before Master Higgins could be cuckolded by the king of Waku Waku Island, his wife was kidnapped by a buzzard, sorry, I guess that's a buzzard. Maybe they just felt like throwing in some alliteration and decided they know more about birds than I do. And they'd be fucking wrong, because I know a lot about birds. And Master Higgins shows up at the wrong time, as is typical, as he's a 90s protagonist. But that's all for that. We're just going to actually start the game now. I'm glad that I could show you this riveting plot. No, it's actually Super Adventure Island 2. Thank you, ma'am. Alright. I guess stereo. I don't fucking know. Start adventure, Adventure 1. This is a good enough adventure for me. Now, we get to play, we can punch. That's pretty great, and we got weapons, armors, and stuff. No armor. The fist is a... I like the fist is labeled as a Widowmaker. That's funny to me. And no equipment. So we'll just talk to this old guy. He talks like one of those little yip-yip Muppets on Sesame Street. I like that. And I think one of my favorite things in the entire game, like outside of all the fun like gameplay physics and everything like that, is Master Higgins' adorable sprite of just very solemnly agreeing with whatever the person he's talking to is saying. Just 2 little frames, it's all you gotta do, and it's, I don't know why, it just makes me laugh. It's the easiest thing in the world, but I'm a man of simple tastes. I like games, and I like sleeping. I'm sure I like something else, but I can't think of anything else. That's pretty much it. And the lazy-ass king Has to sit there. He's been glued to his chair. But thankfully, he gives us some coins. And 100 coins... I'll get around to talking about coins, but realistically, there aren't a whole lot of things you end up buying in the game, so 100 coins in the long run is pretty much chump change. Especially, you're gonna end up losing 10% from this fucking guy who's charging you to sleep. Guess that's Obama's America, right, guys? Guys? Whatever. Anyways, now we're dreaming about something, I don't know. I'm more concerned, like, why is Master Higgins sleeping, like, face on the pillow? Is that how you guys sleep? I sleep on my back, personally. I think that that's more reasonable. And this giant glowing face is telling us about silver swords or something. I'm more curious about Master Higgins' sleep patterns. But, personally, I'm less interested in that now that we actually get to start playing and ignoring the 700 minutes of plot. And now we're on a raft. We're finally done with all that nonsense. We get some action coming up soon, I promise. We're gonna see what's in this shell. Some thing with a stone or something, whatever. Forget all this stuff. We're gonna leave, because we'll be back there later, but right now it's pretty irrelevant stuff. Uh-oh, shit, what's going on? Oh, we're on the raft, and there's monsters! Flying squirrels! Watch out, you gotta kill them. Gets you some... whatever. Gets you health, or magic, or water. We'll talk about all those later. Doesn't really get you any water, I'm just looking at the water and thinking about it. This is like a little health spa area, and it refills all your health when you stand in the water. I didn't lose any health because I'm so good at this game, so you wouldn't even notice. And by good, I mean serviceable, which you'll witness throughout the course of this game. But we're finally starting off in Poka Poka Island. That's kind of how the name scheme works, I guess. They're just working fucking one word repeated twice, 2 syllables. I don't know. And oh my god, oh, I got hit! You lose part of your heart, but not too much of it. So I just wanted to showcase I wanted to show you what happens when you get damaged in a video game. I think that's what people were mostly asking for. But you see, you even get that health refill. And now you can read this stone tablet about breaking rocks, opening stuff. Isn't that what Tina was talking about when you were sleeping? I don't need that. I don't need the... You don't have to reconfirm this shit for me. Super Adventure Island 2. I get it. Like, I know what I'm doing, kind of. Like, you have to keep... Oh, and then water. Well, we can't swim, so we're gonna forego all that water. And there's this... Oh, if only I had a silver sword of some kind. Let me punch it more. No. Jump punch didn't work. And you see those little translucent blocks? We're gonna be using those pretty soon. After we go in this little cave, see what's going on in here. Another block. More... It's just informing us about the type of switches. These are actually going to become quite a bit of a puzzle. You're going to have to know exactly how to fix them so that you can access treasure chests and access certain parts of areas, and they make a lot out of this. This gimmick is really pretty cool if you want to unlock everything in the game, and actually, that's what I'm planning on doing. This is going to be a complete run of everything. I'm going to unlock all the treasure chests, I'm going to get all the stuff that you can get, and I'm going to run and fall on spikes. That's typically what I like doing. But, you know, it's interesting what they make of those switches. It's pretty handy, and I didn't really play well, as you're witnessing. I'm just kind of running around like an idiot. That pig takes so many goddamn hits of your fist. But we found that silver sword, breaks most rocks, and the switch gimmick that I wanted to express, like, well, I've already talked enough about that, but it's gonna get cool. I promise. Just take my word on it. I know I'm not showing any of it, and I have little health, so I should probably pray for someone to drop a red bottle, which restores your health. There are little ones and big ones, and they're dropping coins, which, you know what, at the end of the day, are not going to be that helpful, and we'll talk about that. But right now, they're okay. Just collect them anyway, you might as well. And let's see what's here. Rock I can break. No? Oh, whatever. I'm sure that won't be important. Spoilers, they really won't. But anyways, that's a green vial. It's completely worthless now, but it'll make a lot of sense later. So again, this is the precursor, dog, and there's some health, thank God, because I really needed that. This is a precursor, you know? It's starting. We break that rock. And when that, by the way, when that description says your sword destroys most rocks, it literally means destroys that one rock, and then the rest of them will not be broken. So it's a little misleading. But now we get to chill out on this leaf. This is the closest you're going to get to a skateboard in Super Adventure Island 2, so I hope you enjoyed that. And the trick to these is when you jump on them, they bounce you a little bit, then a lot, and then the most. It's just, if you can count to 3, these are really easy obstacles, but if not, you're in for a fucking challenge. Can we break these rocks? No, of course we can't. That would imply we have a sword that can destroy most rocks. And we're gonna check out what's up on the right here. Oh, it's a little hot spring. And I like to, if you have a little health that needs to be replenished, you just hear just a little squeak sound. It's adorable. It's like a little mouse is giving you kisses and nuzzling your wounds, I guess. I think that's what happens in hot springs. I'm not really sure. I haven't been to many in a long time. And here's some of those switches I was talking to you about, dog. You can't sneak under them, so you just kind of gotta ignore them, okay? So forget all that shit. And there's not a whole lot on the right of this area for us right now. That's okay. I just wanted to show you there's a little dirt there. Just keep that in mind, Adventurinos. You're gonna fucking remember all this shit. Oh, I'm gonna remember it. You don't have to. There's a rock down there. We'll ignore that. And this guy, he wears armor. He still walks in the goddamn pit. He's a fool. He's not as smart as you might think he is for a walking lizard man with a spear. Now we're going to go down this way, and you see that water we drained is leaving these fish without a habitat. Well, that's okay. We'll mercy kill them. And get a life bottle, which gives us half of a heart. That's very helpful. Good stuff. It's kind of like in The Legend of something. I forget the name of the game. It doesn't really matter. There's lots to do, though. There's a lot to collect. I like getting it all. I like this game. I want to showcase as much as I can. And I'm going to showcase it all. Like that dumb face Master Higgins makes when he gets caught in that whirlpool. It's funny. Because he's dumb. A silly face on that guy. That's all there is. These pillbug enemies, when I was a kid, I used to think they were difficult. Because I was a really stupid kid that didn't understand really complicated patterns like stops, runs at you, and then goes back, and then you hit it. I'm not saying that I was good at this game as a kid, because I'm not going to say I was good at any games as a kid, because I wasn't at all. Like, that's just kind of a foregone conclusion. I'm still not good at any games, but I mean, you know. And, oh, there's that rock. Why don't we use our sword that destroys most... Oh. No. Nothing. Okay, I'm gonna stop harping on that. I think you get the point. But anyways, there's a little more to collect, and then we're at the end of this island. It's a pretty small island, but you know, I'm not a cartographer. Maybe it's a peninsula or something. But it's still a fun area. It's pretty simple. Gets you started. You know what's up, and we collected some daggers. And apparently they give you flying punishment. Sounds erotic, but I'm gonna keep going with the daggers. The difference though, and I'm only using them now so I can just kind of showcase them and not use them anymore after this, because I really don't particularly like the daggers, but the only thing handy about them is that obviously they fly, they give you a projectile weapon, or projectile if you know how to use English words. That's a little more handy, but it does a lot less damage than the silver sword. If you walk into enemies, though, it really helps you just in general. It's really just great for you. I'm just gonna kill a couple guys, hope I can get some health. There's some health behind that tree. Oh, I didn't know if it would... Okay, whatever. We'll just go in these big scary doors. It's a giant monster tree! How terrifying. Just like it was in Kirby. Well, no, it's actually not scary at all, because it's the first boss. The only thing that you need to know about this guy is that his arms, his big, gangly, fucking awkward freak arms, will stop your weapons. So just, you have to hit him when his arms are kind of angled down, or when he's shaking the tree. or the branches, I guess, and getting the apples to fall, whatever. I don't know what this guy... I don't know if that guy just has a gigantic head, or if that's like another set of trees above. Whatever, who cares? Nobody gives a fuck. We're just gonna keep throwing daggers at his eyes, but forget that. Silver sword time. I want to just show you that it does a lot more damage, and it's gonna make me take a little damage getting close to him, but just look at this. He just keeps stabbing him, and... Whoa! And his giant face explodes, and what happens? We find the light stone! Good news. That you might recognize that symbol if you were paying attention earlier, which, you know, I know you weren't, because why the fuck would you be? I've been babbling the whole time. But Tina drops in to tell us what's going on, and she's going to be the queen of Waku Waku Island. She got tired of Master Higgins. She wanted a much older man, and that's understandable in this day and age. I mean, he's probably pretty well off. But that's alright. I understand. That makes the end, though, for this. She's just going to kind of explain where we should be going next. I already know where we should, so, I mean, I really don't have to pay any attention. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time.